See some more interesting and important questions from MS Chauhan sir's Organic Chemistry, Isomerism, and Level 1. And the question from 81 to 90. Come on, let us discuss the first question. Which of the following is a meso compound? They have given the option. So now we have to identify first and foremost what is meso. Meso means actually it has first point it has to be symmetrical. Symmetrical, right? And second one, achiral compound. Achiral compound. And the third point, what you can give, POS, COS will be present and cannot rotate PPL. So these are all the points it will be applicable for meso compound. Okay, achiral means what it is? It will be identical both the side. In that way also we can bring. Okay, now CH3 here, top and down CH3, and now HBr. So it is actually POS, COS is present. So that means this is actually meso. So when you cut, both the side are equal. So this is achiral and it is symmetry. POS, CO is present. So that means this is meso. Right. Now the second one. The second one, what it is here, C2, CH2, CH3. Here CH2, CH3. Both the side are same. And HOH. Yes, of course, this is also, it is applicable. This is also is having what it is. Same identical. So this also, it is meso. And third one, here. Now you see OH H, and then same way OH when you cut it is equal. So both three of them are meso only, right? And the last one, all of this. So this is the correct option. Option D is the correct option. See, meso means it is nothing. It is achiral and symmetrical, and what it is, POS, COS, it will be present and it will be identical also, we can say. Hope you got the clarity. Come on, let's go to the next question. Stereochemistry of product when D and L amine reacts with L acid. Come on, let us go for that. D and L. D and L amine combined with L acid. So you will get what it is, DL and LL. So actually this is a salt formation. So this is D and L amine and it is acid. So you will get the salt formation. So this is actually diastereomers. Diastereomers. Right. Okay. Diastereomers, actually here it is not required for the chiral carbon, whereas meso, racemic mixture, enantiomers, minimum two chiral carbon. It has to be mandatory to identify. See, meso for identical, we have to identify minimum two chiral carbon. It has to be present. And the same way, DNL amines, which is optically inactive. For that sake, we have to go for racemic mixture. In that way, we have to identify minimum two chiral carbon. And even pure enantiomers. Enantiomers also, it is required minimum two chiral carbon and it is optically active. This is optically inactive. Racemic mixture, it is optically inactive. Whereas pure enantiomers, it is optically active. Meso, it is actually to identify equal, like same identical, for that we have to identify two chiral carbon. But here diastereomers with one chiral carbon or no chiral carbon also we can make out diastereomers. Now for example here, now this is CH3 and here PH and here NH2 and here something. So in that way, this is what it is, D and L amine combined with L acid. So you will get the diastereomers. So D and L and N, L and L. So from here only, one it is same, the other one it is different. So in that way, this is diastereomers. I hope you got that clarity. Come on, let's go to the next question. So which is the correct option? Option A is the correct option. Next question, it is in morphine. Morphine, it's one kind of painkiller, pain reliever. It's a medicine and it is a narcotic analgesic kind. Right, come on, let's find out how many chiral centers are available. Now, in that chiral center means what it is, for different atoms or groups attach that carbon. So that is called chiral carbon. So here one chiral carbon and here two, and then this is 3 and this is 4 and the last one here 5. So these are all the 5 chiral carbon. Then what about this? This is attached with benzene resonance. So the resonance does not here, we cannot find chiral carbon. So altogether how many chiral carbon? Chiral carbon, it is 5 chiral carbon, it is available. Hope you got the clarity. Come on, let's go to the next question. Dimethyl cyclobutane is optically active. So optically active means it has to be POS, COS, both should be absent, and chiral compound only can possible for optically active. Come on, let us go and identify. So here trans 1,2 dimethyl cyclobutane, cis 1,2 dimethyl cyclobutane, trans 1,3 dimethyl cyclobutane, and cis 1,3 dimethyl cyclobutane they have given. So I have given that structural formula, so easily to identify. Now trans 1,2 dimethyl cyclobutane, so as we cut over here, there is not similar both the side. So both the side, it is here above the plane, here below the plane, that methyl group. So naturally here POS, COS absent. So POS, COS is absent means 100% it is a chiral compound. Whereas here, when you cut over here, both are equal parts when you are cutting. So identical, symmetrical. Symmetrical means what it is? Achiral. Achiral compound, it is actually meso. So meso means optically inactive. Optically inactive. And next one, when you cut over here, this is what it is, trans 1,3, 1, 2, 3. Trans 1,3 dimethyl cyclobutane. So here also, when you cut over here, these both are identical, like similar group, CH2, CH2. So naturally, it is a achiral. Chiral means what it is, four different groups or atoms attached to that carbon cell. That is called chiral carbon, right? So, but here, achiral. So, this is also meso. And here also optically inactive, right? So, these are all the points. And next one, here, cis 1, 3. So, this side, what it is, cis 1,3 dimethyl cyclobutane. So here also, when you cut over here, both the side it is equal, achiral. So achiral means what it is, meso, that is optically inactive. I hope you got the clarity. Now you yourself will identify which is the correct option. Option A, this is B, and this is C, and this is D. Option A is the correct option. Trans 1,2 dimethyl cyclobutane, it is optically active, chiral, and POS, COS absent. I hope you got the clarity. Come on, let's go to the next question. Isomer of the compound shown below. Here they have given one compound. For that non-superimposable mirror image, we have to find in these options. And before that, we have to check the chiral carbon. Yes, 3 chiral carbon is there. In that first chiral carbon, there is a small interchanges. Right? Why? Because it has to be in priority order. So in that way, here there will be changes hydrogen, bromine, and methyl group. So there will be interchanges. So I just put it like this, right? So in that Me goes up, and the same way ethyl will be here only. And then this side, what it will be there? So this side it will be bromine. So bromine comes here, and the hydrogen comes this side, and methyl, yes, it has gone up. Again the second chiral carbon same as it is, because this we cannot change, only the priority order first chiral carbon we have changed according to that. Now that side same, and this is very simple, Me, and here Oh, right? Now the other one we have to check in that order. Now how do we identify in this point? The same 3 chiral carbon we have to draw. and then 1 2 3. In that, here this part it is me top, it has to be me, the same me, and here down et, that's all. And here h means here also h only, and here br, and the same way here also h, here br, the same as it is, because it has to be non superimposable mirror image, right? So oh and here me, right? So now according to this, the same molecular formula where it is there, we have to check it. Now in that way, here HHOH, it is there. No, so this is actually mirror image, right? This is mirror image. So the same way, option A, yes, HHOH, and BR ME. This is ME. Yes, BR ME. So option A is the correct option. Let us check B. Here MEHME. No, this will not be the correct option. And here BR. Here BR. No, this will not be the enantiomer. Right now, this also it will not be the. So, which is the correct option? Option A is the correct option. See, there we have to find according to that interchanges and find the pair. That's all for the enantiomers. Right? You got it? Come on, let's go to the next question. Stereoisomers are possible for the following compound. As you observe, you can identify the geometrical isomer. Here one geometrical isomer and here one geometrical isomer. So two geometrical isomers are possible. That means, and the next one here, you are looking like that is this point, it is a chiral carbon. No, HCl CHCH, that is the compound which is attached. So it is not a chiral carbon. Why? Because chiral carbon, for different groups or atoms attached at carbon, that is called chiral carbon. But this is not chiral carbon. Why? Actually, this is a pseudo. It looks like chiral, but it is not a chiral. So this is pseudo chiral carbon, right? Pseudo chiral carbon. Okay, now only two geometrical isomers. So two geometrical isomers, and moreover, this is symmetrical. Symmetrical, and it is achiral also. So here the total number of stereoisomers, it is actually what it is, 2 to the power of n. Why this formula we are using? Because symmetrical we are using this formula, 2 to the power of n equal to what it is, only these two, so that means 2. So 2 to the power of 2, so you are getting 4. So you will get what it is, cis and trans, this side cis and trans, so 4 you will get it. Hope you got the clarity. Come on, let's go to the next question. The next question, which of the following compound are best described as, they have given that compound, they have mentioned R, PHCH, OHCH3, yes, PHCH, OHCH3. So we have to identify whether it is enantiomer or diastereomers or not stereoisomers or conformational isomer. Yes, differing by single bond rotation, right? Okay, now here in this point, enantiomers. So here RS only they have given that clue. So RS means 100%. It is a non-superimposable mirror image. Optically active. So optically active, non-superimposable, POS, COS will be absent. So 100% it will be enantiomer only. So as it has mentioned, PH, CH, OH, CH3, PH, CH, OH, CH3, PH, CH, OH, CH3. So here in that enantiomers, 100% it will be enantiomers only. Why? Because fourth priority is there on horizontal here. So priority order you will give here 1, and here 2, and then this is 3, and this is 4. So fourth priority is there on anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise means it is R, and the same way fourth priority here, right? 1, and this is 2, and this is 3, and this is 4. So in that it is a clockwise means what it is, yes. So RS configuration 100% it is enantiomers. Now Diastereomers, it will not be possible. Why? Minimum 2 chiral carbon it has to be present. Here only 1 chiral carbon is present, so this will not be. And the not stereoisomers, 100% this is a stereoisomers, right? Conformational isomer. Conformational isomer, it is a single bond rotation. Here there is not single bond rotation. Here pH is available, right? So this will not be applicable. I hope you got the clarity. So fourth priority on horizontal, here clockwise. So clockwise means yes, anti-clockwise means anti-clockwise. Or I hope you got that best trick for you. So wherever this question comes, I'm giving all that. Please remember and note down. And come on, let's go to the next question. Priority. So decreasing priority according to the CIP rule. Corn, Ingold, and Prelog. Okay, now here CH3 twice, CH2Br, CH2Br. Now in that CIP rule, what it has mentioned, higher priority it goes to atomic number higher, lower priority goes to atomic number lower. So that means atomic number here first one, here see this is first one and this is second one and this third one. So I just mentioned here this is first, second and this is third. So in that priority order, first thing here bromine it's going. So that means this is one, so 2 it will be greater. And here 2 methyl group it is available, that means 2 carbon it is available. So the second order it is this, and the third one here only 1 carbon it is there, next to that only bromine which is attached. So which is next to that adjacent carbon, here chiral carbon means next to that no, carbon or group or atom, that is only a mandatory. So here first priority and one at a second priority, and here this is the third priority. I hope you got the clarity. Now which is the correct option? 2 1 3. So that means option D is the correct option. I hope you got the clarity. Come on, let's go to the next question. Compare the stabilities of the following two compounds, cis and trans. In that, cis 1 ethyl 3 methyl cyclohexane, trans 1 ethyl 3 methyl cyclohexane. So here compound A, B, C, D, which is more stable. So in this compound, usually equatorial position will be more stable than axial. So both it has to be equatorial. Both the compounds or atoms which is attached to that carbon, no? So that has to be equatorial position. Now equatorial position and axial position you know very well. So this is first one, this is axial upwards, right? So this is axial, and the second one this is also axial upwards. So both are axial. Axial will not be that possible. Suppose when it turns this way, so this one it is equatorial, and the same way this point also it is equatorial. So equatorial, both the equatorials are more stable, right? More stable than both axial. Okay, now here trans 1 ethyl 3 methyl cyclohexane, and this one here what it is equatorial. So both it has to be equatorial. Now this is axial of course, and this is axial or equatorial. Come on, this is equatorial. So axial and equatorial, and this one of course 100% as you mentioned it is equatorial only, and this is equatorial or axial. 100% it is axial only. So axial and equatorial or axial, both are not stable. So which is the correct option? Option A. That means here cis ethyl 1 ethyl 3 methyl cyclohexane, cis. So cis when it is turning this one, so both the side equatorial. So A is the more stable. Why? Both the side it is equatorial position it's coming. So that is what it is more stable. I hope you got the clarity. Previous videos and all, like all the videos you just check, where is that equatorial position, where is that axial position, I have given a complete clarity. Please check all the videos. Next question. Anything can be said about the magnitude of equilibrium constant K for the following equilibrium. Okay, now equilibrium, as we look at this molecule here, equilibrium forward reaction means K is greater than 1, equilibrium backward reaction means K is lesser than 1, and equilibrium K is equal to 1. See here they are asking that only whether this reaction it is a forward reaction or backward reaction. Now how to identify? As you observe this compound here, this point it is axial and this point it is equatorial, and the same way this is equatorial and this is axial, right? And the same way this point here, what it is, this is axial and this is equatorial, right? And the same way this side axial and equatorial. Now let us check that bulky group where it is present. Bulky groups over here only. Now in this point here and this point here, hydrogen will be there. So as you observe here, this side here, observe hydrogen. So in this point CH3, and here what it is, hydrogen is there. So 1 2 3, so that means this point here actually less repulsion, because only one methyl group it is there, but here bulky group it is available. So in that way it is actually less repulsion. Here what it is, less repulsion, and it is more stable, right? Now here when you're talking about this point here, what it is, this point it is actually bulky group. So bulky group, and here also hydrogen is there. So in this point here bulky group it is there means here more repulsion will be there. So more repulsion means less stable. So less stable means what it is, backward reaction. So backward reaction means K is lesser than 1. K is lesser than 1. B is the correct option. I hope you got the clarity about all these questions. Come on, let us check the next question in our next video, and thank you for watching.